My daddy is robots.
Hello everyone, this is Cybertronianbeast, and let's talk Transformers. Today we're taking a look at the IDW Deluxe Orion Pax. This is another one of those figures that's based off of the IDW comic book series, the Spotlight edition Orion Pax, and it does in fact come with the comic book that it's based on. This is the US edition, so that's why it comes with the comic book. The Canadian versions and some European countries don't in fact come with the comic books. You may have to travel down to your local comic book shop and buy the Spotlight that it's based on. And this is actually a really good book, so I highly recommend getting it if you're picking up a figure that doesn't in fact come with it. So let's take a quick look at the figure in its packaging. So again, you've got the comic book at the top, or in behind. You've got the weapon, this giant axe thing. You've got the figure. He's holding a gun, so you've got a very Optimus Prime looking gun there. Down in the bottom corner here, you've got Orion Pax in his alt mode. On the bottom, some also available figures, Megatron and Bumblebee. We haven't really taken a look at those yet, have we? Coming soon. On the back, same as always. Alt mode, robot mode, bio. Pause it if you want to read it. And tech specs down at the bottom. It's a really good looking figure. This is definitely my favorite out of the wave because of some really cool transformation gimmicks. And we'll get into those. But first we got to open it up. So let's do that. Here is Orion Pax out of the box and looking good. He is... The first thing I noticed when I took this guy out of the package the first time is he felt small, like really small. And there's not a lot you can do about that. I mean, the deluxes that we're getting from Hasbro and Takara Tomy these days, they're tiny and light. That's another thing. I mean, he's definitely feeling a little bit more solid than some of the other ones, but very light. It's all plastic coming from these guys now. Very little in the way of metal, like not even screws. There's a couple metal pins I can see in the tops of his shoulders there, but other than that, no metal whatsoever. The weapons. You've got this giant fire axe thing that he has, which is kind of a pointless weapon for him because he can hardly hold it unless you push it all the way through to the hilt there. His gun though, very cool looking gun. Very, like I said at the beginning, very Prime-esque, and he can definitely hold that very well. And going to be armed and ready to go. The fiction behind Orion Pax is that he is a police officer, kind of a security guard kind of thing, on Cybertron pre-war. And the comic book outlays it very well. But yeah, he's that's where he gets his sense of duty from. So we'll get the weapons out of his hands. Throw them to the side here. So the figure itself, the blue and the red on him are spot on for Optimus Prime. As we know, or as we should know, Orion Pax is a pre-war version of Optimus Prime. Pre-Matrix, I guess you could say. And the red and the blue are perfect matches to Optimus Prime. And I love the way that he looks. The yellow even, like the accents with the yellow are fantastic. The head sculpt on him is just phenomenal. Let's see if I can get a really close-up look at his head sculpt here, because it is phenomenal. Let's look at that. That is just a fantastic head sculpt. The eyes literally just pop out of his head. I really, really like that. There is no light piping, but you really don't need it with that light blue eyes. A lot of people are complaining about these gray bits on the sides of his arms. Well, guess what? You can take them off. Oh, that one went flying. And let's see if I can keep this one in the realm here. There's that one. So yeah, you can take them off. If you don't like them, take them off. But in alt mode, they do definitely add a little bit to them. So let's take a look at the actual functionality of the figure. The feet, he has got fantastic motion on his feet. I love it. He's got a ball joint there, plus he's got an ankle tilt. So he's got a ball joint on his feet, so he's got full range of motion on these feet. Fantastic motion. A knee joint that'll go a little bit further than 90 degrees. He has a very high thigh swivel, plus a ball jointed hip. He has a waist swivel that will go 360. His arms are on a swivel, so you get 360 out of that. He's got a bicep swivel. You get 360. He's got a very light ratchet jointed elbow that will go 180 degrees. Kind of looks a little funny that way, but whatever. And due to transformation, his hands do come in, and they are on a swivel. So you do get a little bit of motion side to side on that. That's just great. And his head is on a ball, so you can get some motion that way too. It's a little bit hard to reach, and I don't know whether you're going to get it. Yeah, you can. You can get it to go all the way around. So there you go. But no, that's fantastic. He's got full range of motion on all the parts, and it's great. I really love the way this figure looks. So let's get into transformation. The one thing that I found that it looks a little complicated at the start, but once you get it down, this transformation is really quite simple. First thing that I like to do is I like to unpeg these arms from the side here. There's a little peg right in there on the sides that the arms peg into. And I like to just stretch them out to the sides so that I can bring these wheels. Let me see here. I want to bring the wheels around. I'm going to have to unpeg here. So we got to unpeg the torso completely here. That's a little bit of a pain sometimes, just because it's such a big peg. The whole gray bit here and then the windshield here unpeg from each other. Come on. We can flip down the head. There we go. Now we've got that unpegged. It definitely gives you a little bit more movement. So swing those wheels around, and they just kind of sit there. And we bring these arms around to the back, and they just swing right in there like that. Put that right there. And just like that, we've got the arms in the spots that they're supposed to go. Now these, the forearms and the elbows, we're going to swing down like so. We can put the hands in. Like that. We need the pegs on these facing up. Oh, no, we don't. We want them facing down. Sorry. Haha. We want them facing down. Yep, that's better. Okay. So yeah, we want those pegs facing down because they're going to connect into the legs. Now the legs, this is why I think this figure is just awesome. Almost the entirety of the side of the truck vehicle, or the vehicle mode, is in the is in the legs, and I just love that. So we're gonna unpeg here, and we're just gonna stretch it all out, and I'm just gonna leave it to the side here. I'm gonna do the same on the other side, just like that. Now we're gonna take the feet, and we're just gonna, because it's kind of on a double hinge here, we're just gonna peg it right, or just put it right up into the leg cavity here. Oops. Yeah, we're twisting it around like that. I think. Yep. Just like that. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to take these feet and we're going to flip them all the way around to the other side, because they just fit right in there beside the wheels. Then we're going to spin the hips completely. No, I had it the right way. Yeah. Okay. Now that we've got them all kind of situated like that, we're going to take these arms and the pegs that are on the bottom of the arms here, and we're going to peg them right into the bottom, the backs of the legs. And that's going to solidify this whole kind of mess we've got going on right here. So there's 1 and 2. And then we can peg the legs together like that. Like, see how we've got it all going on here? Now we can just peg those legs together right here. And peg, and peg. Perfect. Keep that all nice and neat. We've got those wheels there. And now all we've got to do is bring the front of the truck together. And it's really simple. So we just slide that all to the front. And do the other side. Peg it together at the front here. And collapse the front. And we're done. Now, as I said, I did take off the sides of the back here. And for that, we can put them back on. I like to think of these gray bits as the pre-Optimus Prime trailer. So you've got all these, before he was Optimus Prime pieces. So I like to think of this as his before he was Optimus Prime trailer pieces. So yeah. Throw that on like that. And throw that on like that. I think I threw it on backwards. Yeah, I did. No, I didn't, because they're not going to fit now. Cool. So yeah, I keep them on just because, first of all, it's part of the figure, and second of all, it's it looks good in alt mode. So there is Orion Pax in alt mode. He looks really good, and the transformation is awesome. It comes together really, really well. Now the downside is you've got these two weapons that have nowhere to go. You can obviously stick them in on the sides. You got this ginormous gun there and a humongous sword on this side. Alright, so but it just looks stupid. That looks ridiculous. You can't even put the gun through the back here. Like that would be really cool. There's just no weapons storage. Can't do anything like that there or anything. So the weapons are kind of pointless. But whatever. The vehicle mode is just really cool. I really dislike the wheels though. They're really shoddy plastic, these new wheels. Really shoddy plastic. But all in all, I really do like the full on look of this vehicle. And definitely one spot that is getting overlooked, I think, is the fact that the windshield on Orion Pax is his chest in robot mode. I really, really like that. I'm getting sick and tired of all these faux chests. I've had enough. Use the actual vehicle. No more faux anything. Use the vehicle or don't do it at all. Anyway, if you have any questions about Orion Pax or his vehicle mode or any of the other IDW Deluxes in the first wave, because I did get them all, definitely leave me a message in the YouTube thread here. You can follow me on Twitter at Cybertronianbeast. Check me out on Facebook. Just search Cybertronianbeast on Facebook, and that'll be me. You should check out my podcast that I'm on. I've joined a podcast with 3 other really cool Transformers fans. It's called Transmissions, and we try and get a podcast out every week. I think we're on episode 4 right now, so we've got a long ways to go to being well established, but you know, we're trying and we're doing a really good job, I think. So check us out. We're at www.transmissionspodcast.com, and you can listen to it there, or you can download it. It's on iTunes. It's all over the place. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Cybertronianbeast, and I'll talk to you later.